reality.
What is up, my family? This is your boy Demetrius coming back at you with some, I guess you could say some roasting / exposing. Now, now we already know what's going to happen this Thursday. You know, everybody is waiting for the big Virtua Fighter announcement. But, you know, we still just got some people out there that just, you know, really don't understand Virtua Fighter. I don't really know if they want to understand or they just, you know, they just feel the need to just say something about it just because somebody else did. But, you know, I had tweeted something involving VF Cross Esports and also that stupid shit that Bandai Namco had did. And this Twitter clown by the name of Vicious, and I'm going to explain to you why he's a clown. I had to expose this guy because clearly he said a couple of things about Virtua Fighter that really got under my skin. And everybody knows, I don't care how much I play and love Tekken 7, everybody knows Virtua Fighter is my favorite video game of all fucking time. So he said some shit about Virtua Fighter that just really got under my skin. So this all began when I made that tweet about the shit that Bandai Namco had pulled. You know, some people liked it, some people disagreed with it. You know, people are entitled to their opinion, but the fact of the matter is this. Whenever Virtua Fighter makes a move, Bandai Namco cannot fucking help themselves and try to dick ride off of Virtua Fighter's energy. That is the bottom fucking line, okay? And I was actually amazed how a lot of people kind of defended Bandai Namco on that. But I digress. You know, a lot of people are seeing through their bullshit, but a lot of people were in defense of that bullshit that they pull. But I digress. But we're going to get to this clown, this Twitter clown, Vicious. Although, you know, it's pretty interesting how he spelled that. I'll give him credit for that. Pretty original. But I just didn't like what this dude said about Virtua Fighter. And the reason that I don't like it is because he doesn't really know the game's history. It's really like this guy is just talking because he heard somebody else say some shit. And he's just wanting to turn around and say it just because someone else did. And here's the thing. I retweeted this shit. And he says, Tekken has been successful during VF dead periods. This is not that. Now look at the tweet and look how he has VF dead in all capital letters. All fucking capital letters. So I had to retweet that and expose his ass for that. Now here's my thing. First of all, I had made a video a while back, you know, explaining how, you know, fighting games don't really die. But there has been a couple of fighting game franchises that have died. And here's my thing. The only way a fighting game franchise or practically a gaming franchise in general dies is if it's unsuccessful. This is where I'm calling this dude a clown, because you know why? While he's sitting up here saying Tekken has been successful, so has Virtua Fighter, you clown. Virtua Fighter has never had a bad release. It's always been successful. So how can you sit there and say it's a dead game when it's always successful? How can you do it? How can you fucking do it? You can't. Virtua Fighter has always been successful. Always. It may not pull in the numbers of your average Mortal Kombat game, but it's always been successful. There have been Virtua Fighter games that have outsold some Tekken games. Yes. Yes. The first 2 Virtua Fighter games outsold the first 2 Tekken games. Yes. Together. You know, of course, Tekken 3 outsold Virtua Fighter 3. We already fucking know that. Virtua Fighter 4 beat Tekken 4. We already know that. Tekken 5, you know, nothing really competed with Tekken 5 because Tekken 5 actually was original in itself. It came out by itself. And then VF5 came out a couple of years afterwards. And VF5 and Tekken 6 is kind of up in the air. I don't know. I really don't know the sales or with those two games. Although I know Tekken 6 sucked. But this dude is sitting here and saying VF. He's basically saying VF had dead periods. And he's using S on the end of periods. So basically, Vicious, you're telling me that the game has been dead multiple times? The game was never dead anyway. But you telling me the game has been dead multiple times. And I bet you he doesn't know the game's history. He wouldn't even be able to tell me that. Because he doesn't believe what the fuck he just said. He doesn't believe what the fuck he just said. VF dead periods. Man, come on, man. I had to expose this dude. I had dead periods, meaning the game's been dead multiple times. All right. Okay, Mr. Vicious. All right. Clown. I don't care how nice you are in real life. You're a fucking clown. You're a clown for that tweet right there. The game is not dead. VF isn't dead, son. Look around you. It's the most trending thing on Twitter and Facebook right now. The game is not dead. The game is about to make an announcement. Not dead. So, let's continue on. Now, he said a couple of other things. You know, and I responded back to him like, when did VF die? You know, I'm just sitting here playing along with him. I'm like, okay, when did VF die? You know. And so here's this tweet right here. You know, this tweet up top, I really don't pay attention to this, but it's just this last tweet down here that just really got under my skin. And he says, then 2006 to 2015 for Final Showdown. I guess he thinks that's when Final Showdown was making its run, which he's wrong. His date is all the way off. So then 2006 to 2015 for Final Showdown. Like 9 years. No way it kept a large audience for that long. And then he put that in capital letters again. This dude is a fucking clown, man. These motherfuckers on Twitter, it is some clown ass motherfuckers on Twitter. I swear to God. He put that in capital letters. Now, here's what I got to say about that. Number one, like I said before, he got the fucking date wrong. Final Showdown did not come out in 2006. The original VF5 did. So, you know, he just doesn't know the game's history. He just doesn't. 2006 to 2015. Guess what, Vicious? Final Showdown is still running right now. People are still playing the game right now. The game is still being streamed. People are still having tournaments. The Japanese are playing it like crazy. Final Showdown is still popping, my dude. It is still fucking popping. Like 9 years. No way it kept a large audience for that long. Well, guess what, Vicious? I'm part of the audience. Me, along with thousands, millions of other people. I'm part of that audience, and I am part of the reason why the game is being run for this long. You clown. That was just an idiotic tweet right there. So basically, Mr. Vicious, what you telling me is just because it's Virtua Fighter, you don't think or you didn't expect the game's audience to give a fuck about it after 9 years. But if it was Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, oh, you wouldn't be surprised by that, right? Is that what you telling me? Street Fighter 5 has been out for 7 years. So what? Still has its audience. Tekken 7 is going on 5 years. Still has its audience. People are going back to Mortal Kombat X. People are going back to Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat X is getting a revival. Still got its audience. Killer Instinct has been going ever since the Xbox One debuted. Still has its audience. But Virtua Fighter can't do that? Why can't Virtua Fighter do that? Why can't Virtua Fighter do that? Vicious? You mean to be telling me? I mean, look, yeah, there's always going to be a couple. There's always going to be a percentage of players that are going to stop playing the game. That is every game in every community. Players are going to eventually stop playing. That goes without saying. But to sit here and say it was almost impossible for Virtua Fighter to keep his audience, that is just idiotic. It's just idiotic, man. People just need to shut up and stop tweeting shit. But I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. This dude is a clown. This dude is a clown for what he fucking said, man. Straight fucking clown, man. Like I said, this dude might be a nice guy in real life. Whoever's following him, I'm not trying to be like, well, I'm not calling this guy toxic. He's just a clown. He's just a clown who does not know the history of Virtua Fighter at all. He got the dates wrong. He's basically saying the game died multiple times. And I bet you he couldn't even name more than 2 characters in the damn game. He don't know shit about the game. He's just talking shit probably because he read it from somebody else's dumbass tweet. Man, oh man, oh man. Get the word around. VF ain't dead. This shit is eternal. VF for life. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below about this clown and his idiotic ass tweet talking about VF is dead when it's trending like hell. Shit, Virtua Fighter has always been successful. It ain't never gonna die. Shit. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Holler back. I'm out. Peace.